Welcome to Talking with Alex. Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Talking with Alex. Welcome to my bedroom, as always. I hope everyone's doing well in this COVID-19 crisis right now. And to share some good news, on my end, town has been six days straight without any COVID-19 cases, and we've been about 18 days without a local case, so that's pretty good. Hopefully that can continue on. I hope all of you guys will stay safe and will be okay, and know that soon it'll get better, like the Taylor Swift song. And you keep practicing social distancing and staying home and listening to the CDC officials. It's very crucial that you do that because we need to flatten the curve and stop it. Recently, I saw the HBO documentary film called Autism, the sequel, where it highlights our friends from the Miracle Project. It talks about specific individuals with autism and how they grew up, and how they're overcoming the odds, which is very inspiring in this time, in this difficult time right now. And I feel like it's an excellent film for you guys all to watch, so you can learn more about autism and really get to know who they are as people, and get an insight on the hardships that people with autism go through. And the true film, and I think they did a great job. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's a very good film, and I recommend you all watch it during this difficult time because it's very inspiring. Anyone with autism trying to overcome something is always very inspiring. I can talk from my own experience that it's really worth it, and it's really good. And I felt inspired myself by watching it. But today we're going to talk about a more urgent issue, and it's going to get personal. As a kid growing up, my family never really supported me as a person on the spectrum. They hid my diagnosis, didn't tell anyone about it, and I feel like they're always blaming me for being bullied or doing certain stuff that I cannot control, like talking a lot and a lot of other stuff, and having depression and anxiety. And they always say get over it and whatever like that, and my mom was never there for me whenever I was bullied. And she always would say, like, don't talk to me about it, you'll make me sad. But she wasn't there when it really mattered on the surface. And I'm sorry for the depressing tone, but I gotta be very honest. This is a show that many with autism will see, or parents with autism will see, so I hope we can learn something from this and be different. My family hasn't been supportive. They told me to quit Autism Rocks, but I don't want to quit Autism Rocks because I feel like it is helping so many people, and it's making a difference to a lot of people's lives. Like my fellow drummer Logan Shepherd and and the amazingly talented singer Adin Boyer. And I'm so proud that my concert gives them a platform to perform on, so they can show their talent. And that's the whole meaning of the concert. And then for them to say that I should quit, it's very offensive, or imply I should quit. It's hard to take in because they're my own family. And I to share a little bit about myself. I live in a building with my family. My mom has 4 sisters, so my mom had 3 sisters, and we live in the same building. And my grandma and grandma bought this building, I grew up with pretty much all of my cousins and my aunts and stuff. So we ate dinner every Saturday. Ate dinner with my grandma and grandpa every Friday. And yeah, we're very, very close. So recently, I had a fight with my aunt. It was a very difficult fight because it was a long time coming. My aunt Belinda fighting to me about like depression isn't something you can. It's sinful. It's bad. It's awful. Blah 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 blah. And you should go to church. And I felt not the church part that offended me, but I did not like that. She questioned me about my belief in God, but don't worry. I am for the LGBTQ community. That's why I don't go to church, because I don't believe in the anti-LGBTQ rhetoric, and that's why I don't go. Not because I'm not Christian, not because I don't believe in that viewpoint. And she keep forcing me and stuff, and I don't like that. She keep enforcing her normal perspective upon my autism perspective, and that's really important to understand that these people with autism think differently, so you can't treat them the same. You treat them the same in a way. You respect them, you love them, you include them, you give them friendship and love and understanding. But they're no different, but at the same time they are also different. So you gotta understand, you can't look at them from your own perspective. That's just wrong. Because your own perspective is very different than theirs. People with autism usually have a very complicated mindset. And mine is no exception to that. Having depression, let me tell you, it's okay. Having depression is okay. It's not a bad thing to have. Doesn't make you a weirdo, doesn't make you anything. And around this time right now, it's very easy to feel depression because you feel hopeless. But let me tell you, it'll get better one day. That's cheesy and stuff, but it will. So I'm just trying to tell you my story about my aunt, because I just want to show you that there's some people that are ignorant sometimes, but know that they're wrong, and that it's not sinful or bad at all to feel depression. And it's totally normal to feel alone and upset, and you get misunderstood a lot. I gotta be very honest with every person with autism right now in this video. It's very difficult. Something that we all have to live with as a community, and it's awful that people still think that. It's very old-fashioned, because this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think that as I'm sharing my mental health situation with you guys, I just want to be very open about it, and at the same time tell you that you're not alone, and that you always can DM me when you're alone and stuff. I'll be here for you. It's what I do. It's just difficult to hear. And then after fighting with my aunt, my Uncle Peter went in and said that he wanted God to cure my autism and my depression. Why won't I want God to do that? I felt very offended and hurt by that statement, because he's saying cure autism. Like it's something that you can cure. For me, it's like a disease. He called it a disease too. And I was really, really, really mad. And in Asian cultures, usually you're not allowed to shout at adults because they're adults and they're higher than you. But to be honest, I don't really care, because like he said something very wrong to me, and I've been very patient. I never talked back for my whole life to them. But when that really happens, you gotta stand up for yourself. I'm not saying argue with family or fight with them, but you gotta self-advocate sometimes because no one else would if you don't. But I had to fight him in that second, argue, because it's really wrong and not right. So to all the parents that have or don't have kids with autism, please don't tell your kids that people with autism can be cured or whatever, because there's nothing wrong with them. They are the way they are. And people with autism should not feel bad for who they are just because the society imposes a certain viewpoint on them that they can be cured and blah 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 and blah blah blah, which is not true. And it doesn't matter if they have autism or not. Just like how it does not matter if they're in the LGBTQ community either. Because they are who they are, they're born that way, and I think people should accept it. It's really unfortunate. There are people these days from the older generation that think that way, some of them at least, and they're not even willing to compromise. And it was shocking when the other day my mom and my dad both were fighting with. I tried to explain to them how I'm feeling, and then decided with my uncle. They were like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. Why don't you want people to cure you for autism?" But they can't say that. They can't say that. I mean, it was in their rights, but it's wrong. I can't believe they sided with my uncle, who said something so outrageous. Outrageous to me. And it's offensive to anyone on the autism community. And I really feel like they should be more understanding and apologize for fighting with my uncle, because just because he's an adult does not mean he gives him the right to say mean things like that to me, to me as a person on the spectrum. You know what? People who says that, oh, using autism as an excuse to get accommodations, they're ignorant. Don't listen to them. You deserve to have accommodations. You deserve to be respected. And you deserve to have, like, friends and understanding from other people. You don't have to change for other people. You're the way you are. It doesn't matter who you are. Don't change for other people just because they want you to. Be yourself. And it might be hard, and you might feel like lonely and upset and alone, but you're not. To be honest, the other day when they said that to me, I was very mad, and I'm still very angry at them, because before autism, I was self-bullied for 15 years, and every single time my mom would always ignore me. On the surface, she would always give me the cold shoulder. She would never tell me about, like, she wanted to listen to my problems and try to help me. You know who was there? My grandmother. My grandmother was the one who was there, listening to my problems and being there for me. And actually being a good listener. Also my therapist, Dr. Zhao. She's a very good counselor. And she's always been a good listener and not telling me that I should be like everyone else, because it's literally impossible. So to all those with autism, I mean, like, yeah, we can't never be like anyone else, but we can make our own identity and make ourselves special. And that's what really matters. It's outrageous that my parents, some parents think it's okay to tell their kids, oh, be normal, or they're fighting with other people that says something outrageous, like, oh, what's so wrong about him saying that he wants to cure autism? He's just trying to help. No, he's not trying to help. He's just trying to fuel more toxicness into the conversation and into the argument. that we have been fighting so hard to avoid and prevent over the years, because that is the wrong way to think. And it is very wrong. No matter where you come from, no matter your political beliefs, no matter what you believe in, that is very wrong. Autism isn't something it can be cured. Autism is a condition, not a disorder. And people have to start seeing it that way. And people have to start paying attention, because 1 in 54 people have autism in America. Probably about 1 billion people have autism in the whole world. People have to start understanding them. They can't change. They are the way they are. But people without autism can take the big step to understand them and compromise sometimes and understand them. Because people with autism sometimes can't be the person that you want them to be. They are just who they are. And parents who have kids on the spectrum, take it from me, as a person who feel betrayed by family alone, please support them and be there for them no matter what. Because they're still your kids. You don't want to push them away. My family has. It's been very hard on me. Whenever I got bullied, they blamed me. Whenever I had to fight with my friends, all my fault. It's unbelievable. They keep blaming me for stuff that I can't do, that I just can't change. They blame me because I argue with my aunt, because my uncle, they think it's wrong that I'm arguing with him, defending my right as a person on the spectrum. What they're thinking is wrong. And it shouldn't be okay for them to do that. So please support your kids on the spectrum and understand their mental state, because they really need you. Without seeing it as a disease, because it's not a disease, see it as a condition. Treat them like the way you want to be treated. They need your help more than ever. Please offer them your help and succor. And parents, don't be like my mom and dad that just blames a lot of stuff upon me and say that this is the way it is, and like saying outlandish stuff about how it's my fault and how an inconvenience I'm causing. I'm not causing any inconvenience. I'm trying to defend my right. My uncle told me that my autism should be cured, and I'm trying to tell him that it's wrong for him to think that way. My uncle Peter. Sorry, I gotta say his name. I don't care. He did something wrong, and I'm just gonna say it out loud. I'm very honest. I'm not gonna cover it up. I'm very hurt by all these incidents. I just want to echo this feeling to you. I'm sorry if I am selfish, but I don't really care. Sorry. I just want to share my perspective to the autism community and tell them that they're not alone. And I also want to tell people who don't have autism to be more understanding, because they really need you. They need to be loved and understood. And they're always misunderstood and underrepresented. So please give them more love and understanding. Thank you for listening to my talk on this new episode of Talking with Alex. And I love to welcome the incredibly talented Adin Boyer.
Can't walk through a door, can't enter a lane, but to get to where we've gone, we've braved the trains. So I wander off your wandering ways. Every which way, there's no lucky face. Every day, I'm powered by your grace, and your grace is more than I could ever be, because you're better than me. But you say you wish you knew of the right things to say, but as far as I'm concerned, they're perfect anyway. So say